This is part two of American culture versus Nigerian culture. I'm going to give you five more um, differences that we have. The first one is in Nigeria, you may not have lights 24 hours. You may have lights only have 3 hours. It depends. In the mainland, you may have lights not at all. They use generators. And if you have a generator, you're very blessed because everyone can't use a generator. So the lights come on. Sometimes it's not very steady. I know when I lived in the Sango area in April, we were out of lights for 45 days. And so when you have no lights, guess what? You have no water. That's why everything in your house has to be filled up with water. They have these big water tubs in each room that you fill them up with water, one in the kitchen so you can do the dishes, one in each bathroom so you can flush the toilets and wash your hands, and one in the washroom so you can wash the clothes. And they have, in the visitors quarters as well. And you have to make sure you fill it up when you have the lights on, so when you need to have the water to be able to cook, to be able to clean, you'll have that water, because you'll need to have that water when you don't have any lights. And you need to make sure that your phone is charged up. That's the reason why I was so blessed that I brought very good cell phone chargers from the United States, because we use those, and when we turned on the generator, we had to make sure those was charged up so we can keep our phones charged. In the United States, you usually have 24-hour lights. I live in California, so you have your electric bill and your gas bill, and you have to pay a monthly charge. And the only time you usually don't have electricity is if you have too much heat and everybody's running the air conditioner, then you can have a blackout. Or you can have, weather challenges like in the East Coast, in the Midwest, even the South, where they have, snowstorms or rainstorms where it can knock out your electricity. But overall, most places, if you can pay your bill each month, you do have lights. Now, in Nigeria, we did have lights, and you wonder how much it costs? It only costs $5. And for the gas, you have that separately to be able to cook. For a 3-month supply, I think it was like $15. So it's not very much to live off of that. The second thing is that their data on their phone. They have to have a SIMS card, which is an NIN number all Nigerians have. And you can pay daily, weekly, or monthly. It just depends on how much you use your phone. You cannot get one without being connected to a Nigerian. My husband's Nigerian, so he got me a SIMS card, and I was able to get a second phone, which is my third thing, that they have two phones here. One phone is to put the SIMS card on to use for a hotspot, and the other one is to call out. That's what I have two phones for. The two phones that I had in the United States is one was for business, and I used it only for my business, and they paid for my business. Any calls I did for business. And I had a personal one, and I paid for that. And we have multiple phone companies, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, Metro. We have different lines that you can use, but only in Nigeria, you have a SIMS. You have to call and get data either weekly, monthly, or daily. The fourth thing is that is the food. The food is homegrown, everything, fresh fish. They have fresh goat meat every day. Most people eat beans. Most people eat rice, different types of rice, different types of beans. They also have different greens, what we call greens, the collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens. We have kale. We have the different lettuces in the United States. They have different greens here, which is, I can't name all of them, but I know one of them was Ifo, and they call them vegetables. So some of their things you can just, like we have in our other house, you can just go right out in the field, and they show you which one is the ones that you cook and pull. And you pull those, you clean them really good, and then you cook it that night. And how they use it, they put either cow skin in it or goat meat in there, or they use dried catfish and other dried fish for the flavoring. And they just do things a little bit different how they make their greens. The fifth thing is that is different is that we have gyms all over the place in the United States, and they work efficiently. And we have a monthly fee. Some are $10 a month, like Planet Hollywood. I think Planet Fitness, not Planet Hollywood, Planet Fitness, and then Curve. It just depends on where you want to go and how much you want to pay each month. Here is a little bit different. I haven't found a fitness center where I'm at. I'm in the island. I just moved out here, so I'm planning to look for one, and hopefully I can be able to find not only that, but a place, a spa, so I can get a massage because I really need one really badly. So the bonuses of living in Nigeria is that they have different tribes here in Nigeria, and the main one is the Hausa tribe, which are the Muslims. Then you have the Igbo tribes, which is usually the Christians, and then you have the Yoruba tribe. They can be either Christian or they could be Muslims. It just depends. But they have other tribes here in Nigeria. In Lagos mainland and island, majority of it is Yoruba land. That's where most of the Yoruba tribe is, and they do have the Igbo tribe here as well. The Igbo tribe also are in Enugu. That's where a lot of the Igbos are at. And then I think further north is where the Hausa tribe is. And they all speak different languages. And the primary language here is English. But it's amazing just being here. So many bonuses that when you live here, it's a different culture. It's a different feel. You become humble, it's nice waking up and seeing people that look like you. Okay, we're still different culture. We have different values, different mindset. But one of the things I really love about this culture is that when the men, and I'm talking about some of the men, I'm not talking about all men in Nigeria. I'm talking about some of the men, especially the one that I married to. They believe in family. They believe in family values. They don't believe in transgender. They don't believe in homosexual, lesbianism. They believe that you should be married to one woman, to one man. And if you have any type of issue, like if me and my husband have any type of issue and we can't work it out, I can go to his mom and dad and say, we need to have a family meeting, and the family comes together. He says what he needs to say. I say what I need to say. And then we all work it out, because they don't want us to not be together. They want us to stay together, because that's what we stood before God. We made a covenant before God. And let me tell you, when I got married, I had to stand and with the Bible open, and he went through a list of scriptures, and I had to make a covenant. Me and my husband made a covenant before God as well as the family. Then make a little bit difference in the United States. Yes, you can get married in a church, you can get married outside, in the living room, at the beach, at the lake, in Las Vegas. A lot of people don't take it seriously about God and covenant. And that's the thing that's most different in a culture. The Black culture, we always believed in family. We always believed in husband and family values, husband and wife, and God, putting God as the center of our values. So I want to say, and that is wonderful, waking up and all you see is people that look like us. On the billboard, it looks like us. Wherever you walk, they look like us. And you get plenty of exercise because people are walking. They're not just sitting in the house. They're getting the vitamin D. They're doing the hair outside. They're drinking water. They're getting their exercise. So the difference between American culture and Nigerian culture is that we are different. But that makes us unified if we come together as one.